most consistent pieces of their offense all year long, no doubt. Shouldn't be much of a handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taken charge at the point.
A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. To throw is Wilson. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. It'll go down as a game. Well, they picked up right where they left off from the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And some space here. He's still on his feet. Gabriel Davis, touchdown, Jaguars. Gabriel Davis, 64 yards. And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So Wilson headed back onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Down to the 45. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a 1st down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that is incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. Take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Give to Bigsby on the option. Able to slither by. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 14-yard pickup, but it'll still be 2nd down. That was huge after being behind the chains on 1st down to make this 2nd very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on 1st down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on 2nd down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, staying ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
Completes it to Kirk over the middle. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll try the left side with Etienne. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Draw play, Etienne. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Doug Peterson going to roll the dice here. They will go for it on 4th down. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Pacheco gets it, tries the left side. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Wilson. His throw incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get
themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts, because he definitely needs some assistance.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And out will come the offense as they take over. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain. Here's Pacheco on the read option. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's complete to Brown, right side. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Pacheco. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Here's Lawrence to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. The intended target there was Gabriel Davis, but now it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Now Lawrence to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Off the play fake. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And that'll keep this a 19-point game. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit. That's complete to Davis. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down. Here's Lawrence. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Quick slant caught by Kirk. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 42. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up second down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Lawrence. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. The offense on third down tonight, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Lawrence. And that's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that'll get the deficit back to 16. So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Wilson. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And they're going to start.
The delivery's been pretty good, too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10. At the 31-yard line. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Lawrence. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On play action, Lawrence fights him off. Now the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And a loose football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
So out come the Chargers. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Another run here with Sanders. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. Down to about the 37.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. To throw is Wilson. Rolling to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown, and their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Jaguars. Davis with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jags have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And he is going to get in there for the 2 points to make this a 12-point game. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run it, let your linemen surge and fire out.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. They'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he will have a Charger 1st down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. And they will take a knee here.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this game. The scoring started right away and held up at a steady clip the remainder of the game.